seems barely a week goes by nowadays without a new distillery opening in Scotland, and a lot of them I'm a little bit ambivalent about, I have to say. But one that I've been very excited about is Ardnamurchan, because it's owned by Adelphi, an excellent independent bottler. And I've been following Ardnamurchan and looking forward to the first releases, and I've actually got it. This is the first release from Ardnamurchan. It is the AD092001. It is a West Highlands single malt Scotch whisky. This is the inaugural release. It's non-chill filtered, natural colour, and actually there is a QA code on the bottle. If you scan that, it gives you a huge amount of information about the particular bottling. Huge amounts, like the wort gravity and all sorts of things, who was operating the still on that particular day. Really crazy amount of information. It's bottled at 46.8% ABV, and this is a 50-50, so half of it's peated malt, half of it's unpeated malt. It's about 60% ex-bourbon and 35% ex-sherry. Ardnamurchan calls itself an eco distillery, so they're using hydroelectricity. They're trying to save a lot of energy with the design of the distillery itself and its operation, and also with the packaging. You'll notice this box. Some people would think it's very turgid, very boring. It's unbleached post consumer cardboard, so it's basically like the cardboard tube from the inside of the toilet roll. But after a while it becomes a little bit tactile, and I sort of prefer this to the very waxy, the very coated, very bleached cardboards that can be used, or even metal and plastic, sort of overused in Scotch whisky. AD092001, here it is. But quite a standard bottle, cute little label here, and it's engraved with Ardnamurchan, Argyll, Western Highlands, Scotland Distillery. 46.8% ABV. And the liquid itself is a light, sort of sunflowery yellow colour. Peat and cereal notes. So, yes, about 50% peated malt, and it's not huge. I can't remember what ppm they peated it to. There's a lovely sunflowery, a bit of the sherry coming through as well, but sort of wet and gristy cereals. It's also very honeyed. There is some smoke, there is some peat, and then there's a layer of fruit and cream. There's kiwi, mango, cherry, sweet lime, lemon tart, a bit of perfume, maybe rose water, and a gentle alcohol note. It's not a particularly old whiskey. It's sort of in line with 46.8%. Sphagnum moss, kind of outdoors notes, dried apricots, fresh peaches, nectarine, very sweet mandarin orange, something a little bit mineral, pepper, caramel, apple, and there has at times been a little bit of sulphur, maybe, but not a bothersome amount, and doesn't seem to be there anymore. So it exhibits really a nice balance for its age. The palate, lively, mineral, a little bit spirity. There's a sort of effervescence there, and the peat comes through really nicely. Slightly bonfire peat, slightly very organic notes. Cereal, lemon, honey, baking apples. very pleasant sour tang in the old-fashioned Highland style, which is becoming a little bit rarer nowadays. I'm coming back to Balblair, really, that pleasant bitterness that's, sort of fallen out of favour a little bit, but it's a mark of quality that can't be denied. Some very sweet orange, light. It's a light mouthful, but there is a mouthfeel, but there is some syrupiness in the mouthfeel, and again close to Balblair. It's just bursting now with light fruits and honey. Okay, about half a teaspoonful of water. Getting tart green apples, confectionery lime, red apples, a bit more oak, custard, navel oranges, orange peel, some honey, treacle toffee. The peat has come a little bit to the fore, some green tea, boot polish, and a bit of melon cut with citrus. Hope you can't hear the sirens outside, by the way. Some waxy notes, vanilla, cream, a little bit of peppermint or spearmint. And the palate with a drop of water, getting that lovely sourness with red apple, the old-fashioned bitterness that I love so much, bitter lemon, confectionery lime, some mineral notes, sour cherry, cereals, and sourish peach. The finish is of peat, quinine, citrus, grapefruit, a sort of chalky mineral note, old-fashioned notes, black pepper, vanilla, and a real dryness. So it's nice to see a new distillery that I've been looking forward to doing a more old-fashioned style. Really, really great to see. It exhibits a really nice balance, and it's a good show of confidence from Ardnamurchan, I think, because all too often I'm seeing young whiskies from new distilleries where they've over-relied on sherry or wine casks, or they've given it a cask finish, and here we see mainly ex-bourbon, good dollop of peat in there, and it exhibits that nice balance. They've allowed the cereal notes to come through, and it just exhibits a range of flavours as well as an old-fashioned spirit style. So I am really enjoying it, and it's good that Adelphi have had the confidence to do that and not to give it, not to over-rely on a cask finish. Anyway, I really enjoy this. It's had a few iffy reviews, which I really don't understand. I think this is a great single malt. I'm very glad I picked it up, and I will be looking out for other Ardnamurchan malts coming onto the Canadian market whenever they do become available. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review, and look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, cheers, goodbye.